Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys.
No, you gotta say howdy.
Oh, howdy, y'all. We will be in Dallas, Texas Memorial Day weekend for the TwoGether Land Festival, headlining May 26th. Make sure you get your tickets now at TwoGetherLand.com. Let me let y'all know what this lineup looks like. Wayne, Jeezy's on there, Summer Walker, Drew Hill, bitch. Come out and also see us. We are headlining the podcast stage.
Say it again.
Headlining. Headlining.
And if you're good at getting that, jump on stage with us. See you soon.
Baby, just know that horrible decisions today, baby, is in motherfucking Florida. Y'all know we some Florida bitches here, and we are joined by the Florida bitch, okay? The big dick bitch.
The big dick bitch from Dade County. From Dade motherfucking
Okay, now
County.
hold on now. You know we some 407 Chopper City girls, okay?
You
But
are from the real city of Florida, though.
That's the real city of Florida?
The rest of us are...
Technically, Jacksonville is the capital.
Yeah, technically.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
it's Tallahassee. My bad, bitch.
Is it? Hold on.
Nigga, it is not.
Can we
It's
fuck
not.
up?
It's Tallahassee. I just said it's Tallahassee. My
Well,
bad.
for the record, I just want to let it be known that Dade County is its own thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kid Fury tells us every chance.
Dade County is
It's
its
his
own
own
thing.
island.
It's
We not even in Florida. We just in Dade.
Nah, you Florida.
Nah.
Hold on, before
nah.
we
We
get
really
too far,
say Jacksonville crazy.
we have to tell y'all who we have in the building because it's years overdue.
Yes.
Years overdue.
Yes.
We are with the one and only, everybody's favorite internet personality, everybody's favorite comedian and actress, and just all of it.
Mm-hmm.
We just love who you are. And I think seeing you over the years, even though your comment section, they're like, oh my God, bitch, where are you now? Is this, what gala is this?
Yeah.
Just your growth and everything. And it's like you've always been beautiful, but now just glowing and shining.
Yeah, we
With
got
the one
T.S.
and only.
Madison in the
Yes,
building.
God, T.S. Madison, the T.S. Let me tell y'all something. I have watched you ladies. I have watched the way that you have had guests on your show. Certain guests.
Who y'all like?
Not certain guests.
Certain guests.
Not certain guests.
And I love the way that you ladies hold your own. I love the way that you stand in who you are, and I love the way that you get on social media and you don't give a fuck who called and you call it back.
Hello, Andu.
And that's what's up, and that's the type of energy that I've always been on.
Oh no, your energy is
As always.
well.
Yeah.
And at this point, it probably is something in the water in Florida.
It's Florida.
You know, it's the Florida
It's
water.
Florida water.
I did want to start there because you do have, and we're gonna go through all types of topics today, y'all. I do have an outline. We're gonna get into it, but I know we can talk. We've been needing to talk.
Yes.
So let's start with Florida because you have an experience in Orlando. You brought up somewhere that I just
Listen, to give context, y'all.
listen.
In Orlando, Florida, there's a place called Orange Blossom Trail.
Oh, that's what y'all call it?
No, I call it OBT.
Oh, it's just OBT.
Damn, bitch, can I do my little news anchor moment?
Okay, go ahead.
And I call it the trail.
That's right.
There's a street, there's a road, there's a section called Orange Blossom Trail. And when you're looking for a certain type of lady, you go find them hoes on the trail.
The hoes on the trail.
And when Manny just said, oh, I used to be on OBT.
Okay, so wait. I grew up Oak Ridge and OBT. And what's crazy is my mom didn't talk to me about sex with boys, didn't talk to me about drugs. But baby, I was 5 years old and knew what the women on the trail were and what they were doing there. And
was getting to the money.
So my mom literally, now that I think about it, we should have this talk. She talked to me about prostitution before anything else in life.
And look at us now, taking this money.
That's right.
So what was, let's start there.
What was
because
it like? Yeah.
Who you are now, and we're going to get into that. But where you started.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing, ladies. I want to tell y'all that I'm never going to shy away from talking about my beginnings because you have to be able to talk to people about where it began because they look at you now and they say, like you uppity or you this because I tell a bitch I'm rich or I say stuff like I don't go past row 6 on the plane, or I'm always black card. I must be black card, But I used to be broke. I was homeless. I was a hooker on the sidewalk, and I have no shame or anything about any of that stuff because it's never where you start, it's where your trajectory goes.
Amen.
And for me, when I was back then, I transitioned around about 17 years old.
Okay.
17, 18, like kind of right out of high school. I've only known being a boy up until about 18. And I'm kind of glad that I had the opportunity to transition later on because I've had the experience life as a gay male and now as a trans woman, you know? And so, because I know we might get into questions where people ask like, well, when did you know?
Oh, we're going to get into advocacy.
I've always known. I've always known. But I'm glad that I had the opportunity to experience life, you know, in all of its phases.
I love that.
I'm going to be 47 this year, so that'll be me 30 years into transition.
Wow.
Hello.
We do.
And do. Beautiful. Hello. And is.
Passable, you know, but I didn't want that life for me. That's not what I wanted. You know, I used to look down on strippers and hookers. I used to because I'm from a Christian house. And so, you know, your mama raised you up into, you know, being upstanding, you know, but when you're growing up and you having like a lot of battles with on the inside and you're trying to figure out like, well, what's going on? Like, why am I not? I have brothers. Like, why am I not like my brothers? Or why am I not like my cousins? Like, what's wrong? Like, why do I not? Why when men are having conversations about women around me, I'm like, you don't see that boy over there? You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, you don't. Like, I don't look at women. I've always found women to be extremely attractive. Like, I can sit here and look at how gorgeous both of you ladies are. And everywhere I go, when I see gorgeous ladies, I'm like, damn. Like, even my friend and I, when we be in the car or we be out somewhere or whatever, and both of us be looking at girls like, God, it's bad, you know?
Because you ain't no hater.
Ever. But I don't have any sexual attraction.
And but you knew that early on then.
Oh, and I knew that.
Okay.
That I knew.
When you said, you know, I always look down on strippers and sex workers, like many people that ended up falling into this life, do you think that when you started prostitution, it was because of being trans?
Yes. And it was, and because because you got to remember, we're in 2024.
Right.
30 years ago when I was 17, what was 30 years from 90 something?
Yeah.
So we were still 94. We were still in a time of.
And it was different verbiage then. Transsexual.
Oh, honey.
Cross-dressing.
Cross-dresser.
Hermaphrodite.
Hermaphrodite.
Was a word.
You know.
The language around it was completely different.
Yes. Like all of the new age terms that we have now, like the new age of blossoming and understanding things, we didn't have any of that because there was nobody that was willing or even wanted to understand it because we've been in the shadows for so long, you know.
And so going into that, was it because at 17, 18 years old, you're transitioning? Were you going to the mall and different places and they just wouldn't hire you because of how you were presenting?
Well, it was definitely because of how I was presenting. And then I actually found a place that allowed me to come to work. Well, I remember my first job in transition, I worked at Publix.
Oh! Can we shout out to Publix?
Yo, we can't fuck y'all Publix. Y'all don't like the girl. But you know,
let's talk about it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna still eat their subs.
I'm gonna eat their subs and their watermelon.
I'm gonna eat them
all. But here's the thing.
Salt and vinegar.
Here's the thing. I worked at Publix, and I remember me being the first male cashier that they would hire. I was the first male cashier. It was always women at the counter.
And the men did the stocking.
And the men did the stocking. I was like, honey, I'm not doing no stocking. Are you crazy?
I wear them.
Stocking? Yes. Are you crazy? Girl, no. And so, girl, this is crazy. I remember having an altercation with a customer at the counter. And she was so irate. She told my manager that was standing up there to the front, she said, why don't you reprimand this lady? This lady is so rude and nasty. Because I was just paying that whole dust. I was over her with all those fucking coupons. And so she said, why don't you reprimand her? She's so rude and da. And so my manager was like, who are you talking about? And she was like, this lady right here. And he was flustered, turned red. Red.
Yeah.
And was like, ma'am, that is not a lady.
Did that at the time make you feel good or worse?
At the time I was saying, fuck that pussy ass customer in the motherfucking, like, fuck you pussy asshole, you know. But I wasn't thinking about it because I didn't know anything except for I knew who I was. So I didn't know how to feel like for validation or whatever. I just like, because I knew I was real. As clocky as I was, I knew I was still real. I knew that. Girl. So they took me to the office in the back, whatever, and they was like, because my former name was Timothy, and I'm open about all this stuff. So know, I'm open about that because I've lived my life in the public. Y'all know.
Yep.
Why hide it if somebody could Google it?
Oh, listen, I'm gonna tell you. Like my name was Timothy, and so the manager was like, Timothy, you gonna have to come here. You gonna have to
what?
That's what you gonna have to like.
Be more Timothy.
Yeah.
Wait, you gonna have to be more Timothy?
Yeah. You gonna have to. And so I'm like, bitch, how do I do that? Like my hair was my hair was permed. I had my hair back in the ponytail.
Oh my God, I
would wear little earrings or whatever, I had shaved.
And you did your makeup. Were you doing makeup?
It was a little bit. I didn't know too much. I just knew that I was in the position to change.
Right.
And so I was like, how do I do that? Like, what the fuck do I do? Like, and so, we kept having these problems, and I took a yellow sticky tab and I covered up Timothy and put Chanel on there.
Wow.
Because that was my name, Chanel. So I put Chanel on top of the Timothy thing over there. And so it was just stuff. And that was irritating them. And they was like, well, we can't.
They let you go because
they let me go.
Because you wouldn't be more Timothy.
Because I wouldn't be more Timothy. That was my first time being let go because of that.
That's very Chick-fil-A of Publix.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was my first time. Well, I don't know if it was Publix policy, but and here's the thing because I'm going to tell y'all a story. But here's the thing. I don't know if it was Publix's policy, but people that worked there.
Yeah.
Felt some type of way because Publix hired me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I did put Timothy on the application, girl. But I did come in.
as Timothy.
But I did come in.
Hired Timothy.
But I did come in as who I was. So it wasn't, I didn't do anything that was different. I just came in who I was. So fast forward, and then it didn't help any that boys used to come up there to the job.
Now, why you was having men come up to the job?
No, girl.
That's one thing.
But see, this is what y'all got to understand, right?
That's some hoe ass shit.
I want y'all ladies to understand this. I really want ladies and the people out there that are watching to understand this. And this is real shit. Trans women have an aura about them. As beautiful as women are, this is why I don't feel any competition with any woman.
Yep.
I don't feel any way about any woman. I don't have any deep-rooted, any feeling towards any woman because, especially when it comes down to men, because trans women have this thing, and I figured this out the older that I got. We have this thing that it just draws men. We're not real. Hold on, because somebody gonna fuck me up.
Yep, you already know that.
Let me get this right.
Yep,
we're real people, but I want to use this in a way because this is how women like to say, "You ain't real. You're not a real woman. You're not right. We're not." According to the way that women like to say, "You're not real." So I get that in there,
right?
And it don't matter. That's the thing. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter if we're real or not.
To men,
it does not matter.
Is it the fantasy?
I don't know if it's the fantasy. It's just the drawing. Listen, those people, the boys would come through to my line, and it would be I think it's the intriguing of what are you? Yeah. And I was younger then, very young. Just like what are you?
Do you find that? And again, today,
I really want to clear that real thing up.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't want the trans community.
No.
Because even though I am a part of the trans community, I may say things that, and I want to say this too, I may say things that may not align with the whole ideology of everybody in the community.
It's not, and that's the thing.
Flame Monroe would be right here.
Flame Monroe came on and said the things she said.
Me and Flame kind of the same, but we differ with stuff.
Well, we also just had Danielle and Dominique on who did a wonderful, wonderful Kokomo City documentary about their experience in sex work. And people disagreed with the things they said. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you're never gonna please.
I know, but I just want to make sure that I don't say I don't want to say that we're not real. Like, no, we're not real people. We're not real. I just want to say it in the aspect of women. This is what when I'm having a altercation with women, a verbal altercation. The first thing that comes out, you're not real.
Wow.
You're not a real woman. You'll never be a real woman.
Women are nasty. They want to go straight to calling bitch is fat,
Yeah.
you single, you ain't got kids.
You ain't got no husband.
It's crazy though, because what you said is when you said that men are like, what are like the fascination.
Yeah.
I was talking to a few friends of mine actually who have played ball overseas, specifically in Asia.
Which one?
Girl, we'll talk about it off air. But there's a few of them that let me know that when you make a certain caliber of money, especially like the politicians, the really rich and wealthy people, even in Dubai, all over there, Middle East and in Asia, they go to trans women. Like going to even the strip clubs and things in Thailand. There's the lady boys are.
I'm not gonna lie, the regular girls really don't. They're not doing it in Thailand.
They're not doing it in Thailand. The lady boys are like what the men are drawn to.
The lady girls.
And so I think having that experience over there and having people talk about trans women, and this is when I studied abroad. I was 25. I'm 33 now, but having those conversations and hearing men speak about them and dating men who were into trans women. Like I had a friend that was drinking himself to death because he didn't feel like he would be accepted by his parents by it. Took him to the club, took him to the show that got bleeped out last time. Apparently I can't, promote it. But yeah, like.
Oh, you talking about Tokyo Valentino?
No. We can bleep it out. It's called Wait, I just passed that. Is that you telling me something I don't know? Girl, that's right down the street from okay.
Thursday nights, I heard.
That little smile you just did.
Thursday night?
That's what I heard.
Oh, next Thursday. Okay, next
Why is it always T-Girl Thursday? Why do
it is. Wait, it is. It is. Why is it always Thursdays? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Is it the T? Because why didn't on Tuesday?
I have no idea. But
that night is always on Thursday.
That's what I heard.
Across the country.
Listen, I wouldn't set foot in there, honey.
Okay, so
I've graduated from that life. But I'm not looking. Let me see.
Yeah,
I gotta watch how I joke.
It's a flex.
Oh my God.
Wait. But have you worked in those environments before, and how did it differ?
I've hosted.
Okay.
I've hosted. I hosted an event in the clubs. But I'm never gonna work in there because I feel like that I'm more. Listen, I paved the way for those girls to be who they are.
I know that's right. And so I want to take a step back then, because navigating then from going to the streets to having your own production company and shooting your own films.
Yes.
Like, how'd you go from OBT to
it was 79th.
Can we start at OBT?
It was 79th Street. Then OB, because baby, when Miami wasn't having a good week off of 79th,
you drove that 3 hour
we went up three and a half hours.
I really want to hear about the culture of this, because today, street walking is the most lowbrow shit to anybody.
Yeah.
They don't want to either talk about it or it's something that men won't even engage in.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's so because it's so easy to find the website. You can find them on websites now. So tell us about Instagram. What it was like to be
and this is what I tell
in the 90s.
This is what I tell my daughters now, like, because I call them my daughters. I tell my daughters now, I be like, girl, y'all don't know anything. The street walk, that street walking life was I tell you that I've had some of the best sex on the hood of a car, girl.
Yeah, stop it. Let's hear
behind the dumpster, the KFC, girl, honey.
I could see it.
And that's what made me have these fantasies about men having their pants around their ankles, girl. Bitch, you got to hit it and go. Listen, even when I'm in a relationship with a man, I love him to fuck me like a whore. I need that.
So being fucked like a whore, give details. What is being fucked like a whore?
Baby, pull them pants around that ankle. Let me suck that dick. Let me.
So you're not getting all the way naked.
No lovey-dovey shit. Just
I don't
treat
need
me
that.
like...
Just trash me out. We could cuddle after it's done, but because you my husband, but come trash me out.
Yeah,
trash me out.
Tell me about a time that you felt like it was getting too crazy, like someone had too wild of a request.
Here's the thing, right? So I'm gonna take you from Publix down this line.
Oh, yes, I want to go.
Please,
right?
I want to walk in the train.
I'm gonna go. So I got fired from the Publix. And because boys used to come up there to the fucking job. Like it was a boy used to ride his bicycle up there and just buy eggs or some shit. And I used to be like, why you always going? He's like, what you is? What you is? And I'm like, bro,
what you is?
What you is, And so we ended up, getting into some things. And he came to my house on a bike one night. He gave me $50. And I was like, well, why did you give me $50? Now, I'm young, so I don't know. I've moved out.
Was he older?
Yes, a little bit older.
Okay.
But I've moved out because my mom was like, you can't be in my house. I have sons in here. I got other sons. So you can't be in here with this stuff on.
Wow.
Can't do it.
So you
and I was like,
because I ain't Timothy no more.
I'm not here to right.
I'm not Timothy.
No, I'm not there. I'm not that. I'm not that boy. I'm that girl.
Okay.
And so, like I'm fast forwarding because I know. So he came. He gave me $50 off, like from a bike. I'm like, what'd you give me $50 for? He said, I just felt like this, I want to give you some money. I was like, oh, because I know they let you go from that job, but they did fire me. Because of course you were coming up there to the place, and then my gay mama, we have our families.
House moms, yeah.
Yeah, my gay mama was she was in the business, and I didn't know what none of this stuff was. And so my next encounter was with a threesome with her and the guy, because I'm a well-endowed girl.
Mm-hmm. And we not saying big dick bitch just because. Hello.
Y'all so crazy.
BDB Legos.
I'm a well-endowed girl. And so the guy was requesting at the time that she, have another well-endowed girl. And so they knew that I was a well-endowed girl. And so I went down there, whatever, and we had a threesome. And then she gave me money. I'm like,
how much back then?
She gave me $100.
Oh,
I didn't know what
he like in the 90s.
He probably
was 200.
paid like $500 though.
Yeah, I didn't know. But she gave me $100. So I'm like, ooh, So, so I'm slowly introduced into prostitution. But I'm still trying to be in and out of drag because now I'm out on my own. So I have to work, so I'm trying to, work at different places to pay my rent, and we used to ride out on the beat. And I would see other trans, like I'm from down south. I used to drive up north and I would see all these other trans women and they would have on like these bathing suits and shit like that. I was like, they were so much more advanced. And I was like, these are men. Excuse me.
Right.
I'm not going to keep doing this.
It's okay.
I'm just going to be raw to you.
You got to be raw.
We talking to Maddie at that age.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's so important because PC language, we get it. We know it's but I love learning where you started
where
from.
you were there.
And so I'm just going to make this, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm just going to tell my motherfucking story.
No, please
That's
do.
it. And that's all y'all
I used to think
get.
men were gay if they wanted anal sex. And now I be asking for it once a quarter.
Oh.
So here we go. It's growth.
I love advanced. I love advanced women.
So let's get into it.
And so, bitch.
Let me get these checks.
I was like, oh my God, these are men. These are men. Like, how did this happen? I want more. Like, what I'm saying? I want to be past, I want to be, but I'm like, why are they selling their bodies on the street? Like, why are you walking?
You didn't even understand.
I didn't really understand. Like, why are y'all prostitutes on the street? Like, what's going on
if
here?
You look so good. That's what
like, why y'all ain't got no man taking care of you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, there's no way possible that you are a man, because you so, child, going through the life, getting involved, getting work, getting the things, advancing more. And it's just like you get to the job and you've advanced more. Your titties are big, your hips is big, and you come in that bitch. And at the time, and I'm a Florida bitch.
Right.
So I didn't change my name at the time. I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary on the 18th of April for changing my name.
Wow.
Legally.
You just did that at 46? Really? What took you so long?
My mom.
Can you explain a little bit more about that?
I didn't want to, I felt I didn't want to disrespect her.
Okay.
I have a very close relationship with my mom. I didn't want to disrespect her because I felt that, she gave me that and I was hers and she gave me that name. And, she said that Timothy means honor God and, all this stuff, so I struggled with that for a very long time. I even did it, even on my television show, I talked to her about it,
Well, because did you go and finally, what was the conversation then to ask? Did you ask
on the
for
television
permission?
on the television show? I talked to her. I said, "Mommy, I've been living this life."
And which television show?
My own television show.
Hello,
my own television show.
Say the name.
The T.S. Madison Experience.
The Experience.
I am the first Black transgender woman to executive produce and star in her own reality television series.
On what network?
On Earth.
Let's go.
On WeTV.
Let's go. Let's go.
On Earth.
So you have this conversation live.
Yeah, on TV. And so I'm telling her, like, I need to, and then even after the show wrapped and we were finished or whatever, I still didn't go do it.
Wow.
It was only till right up until recently where the legislations are changing. Everything is anti-trans and anti-this and so much anti-trans laws. And I say this with humility. I'm a passable trans woman. And so, when I pull out my ID, I used to do it for shock value, like, hey, Timothy. But now it's just like, and they could be like, well, how you know? But now when I pull out my ID, like no one's paying it any attention. And the only reason why people know a lot about me is because one, they know BigDickBitch.com.
Right.
Or two, because I'm famous for other things and BigDickBitch.com.
Right.
But if I was just strolling through, you're not thinking twice about me being born male.
Seeing you get emotional just now, like I could see you tearing up, and it was making me want to tear up. And talking about the respect that you have for your mom, I've been loving watching Gerard Carmichael's show. Not because I'm enjoying him so much, but just kind of this like mental breakdown we get to see.
Yeah.
But one of the things that's so difficult to watch is his respect with his mom.
Yeah.
And so just to know how much you've been through and how important you are in the community for people, to respect your mom this many years and hold that, it just really shows me that a lot of people can be selfish with their queerness, their coming out. And I think we've got to give parents a little more grace. So that's why when you were saying, I'm not saying this to anybody, I almost feel like I'm even going in the reverse because I understand that like other people are moving slower and I don't want to shit on them because they're not where we're at.
Right.
And I feel like we shun so many people away because we're forcing them to be here with us.
I'm weird with the word grace, and I want to dig into, do you not feel, or was there a conversation because you were pushed out of the home because of your transition? Is there not any blame or anger that you have for that experience with having to go on the trail and having to go through sex work and having to have that experience because she judged you in that moment?
Well, when I was younger, maybe.
Okay.
Because,
how did you get over that too?
Well, the way it helped me get past it was I had to put myself in her shoes and just think like, my mother's a devout Christian. And me was a huge challenge. Me.
Okay.
That's a challenge to a Christian.
Yes.
How can you love God? How can you win souls? How can you do this? You can't even save your own child. Right? Come on now. This is me now thinking. Then I was, mad and I was just like, well, I'm going, it's me and fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all y'all. I'm just gonna get out here. I'm gonna work, I'm a whatever, now I'm a whore, a hooker. I didn't want to do any of that. None of that. I didn't want to do any of that. So I want the people that are out there to watch it to know that was not my life choice. I did not want to do that. However, at 47 now, looking, that was a path that was carved out for me from the Creator. And when I think about it in this space, I think about how many people have watched me, from you ladies to other trans women to so many heterosexual people to superstars to this, whose lives that I've changed just by me existing. And so, when I get to this space that I am now to occupy lots of public, big platforms, television and all that type of stuff, if I didn't have any of that testimony, I wouldn't have no story to tell.
You're right.
Or I wouldn't have a place to help deliver other people. So I've gotten to a place in my life now, just recently, and I still have my struggle moments, where I understand that the journey has really nothing to do with me. And when you're called on a journey to do something from the Creator, it has its road.
Right.
So I'm not mad at my mother.
Okay.
She only did what was supposed to do with what she knew to do.
And she had to say goodbye to you.
Yes, she did. What she had to do and what the Creator put me inside of her to do for the world. She didn't know that she had to have that difficult journey. Right. I didn't know that I didn't start realizing that there was purpose behind me until 2014. I know that I didn't know that BigDickBitch.com would do what it did. Like I was a millionaire when I was in my 23.
What's Big Dick Bitch for nobody?
BigDickBitch.com was an adult paid site that I created when I was home. Little girl, listen, y'all.
Well, wait, what was that your? So I want to tell you the one scene.
What I did.
Hold on.
Girl, tell
it was
me.
in the back of like a really big house. I don't know if it was your house.
It was mine.
Okay.
Oh.
And it was and it was weird because you shot it at nighttime. But I remember you laid something out. I don't know, but you was fucking this fine light skinned man. And I think he might have had braids. Do you know the scene I'm talking about?
I do.
Oh my God. Do you remember? You know exactly the scene.
I do.
And I was like, this is shot so weird. But you got up on top.
Yeah, rolled him. Like I laid a.
It was like a tarp. What was it?
It was mosquitoes and shit outside.
It was so homemade.
Yes.
But when I tell you, but the man was fine. The dick was big. I was like,
I paved the way for these OnlyFans girls.
Talk your shit.
I did.
And this was a time where we still had the porn star era.
Mm-hmm.
You said, no, I'm going to own my own shit.
Yes.
I, at the time, was not finding any other trans women on the internet.
Not no black one.
Not the black one. Find you.
Not the black one.
Seeing they were wearing a skirt, they were wearing a wig, but they weren't living it. Yeah. They weren't living as a trans woman.
Yeah, not the black ones.
No.
And here's the thing. All that is part of my journey. Let me tell you why. After the firings and after the jobs and after all the stuff or whatever, and after the being homeless and stuff, I threw myself into, all right, well, if this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. So I need more ass, more tits, more body.
Wow.
I end up getting sick from silicone. I got silicone poison.
No.
Mm-hmm. I end up getting sick. I ended up having to move back home.
With
everything.
your implants?
With everything. I came back home with everything. I was skinny. I was like 137 pounds.
Wow.
And this is how me and my mother reunited. As I had been out in the world.
Right.
I came back home. I was about 22. And I remember me, because, I'm from the time where AIDS, HIV was like, it was no HIV, it was just AIDS.
Yeah.
You just had AIDS.
It was
and then you would die.
And you would die.
Y'all make sure you get your tickets May 5th. We are at the Earth Theater in London.
Listen, all the black people that live over there, just take that Eurostar and come and see us. We're going to be there May 5th. We are having a whole new show, one that you didn't see. This is a part of the Climax tour. Come through and see it.
Make sure you head on over to whorehive.com and get your tickets now.
I'm from the time where AIDS, HIV was like, it was no HIV, it was just AIDS.
Yeah.
You just had AIDS.
Yeah.
It was
and then you would die.
And you would die. And so, everybody talked about, don't be a because if you go out there and be a you're going to die of AIDS.
Mm-hmm.
So me coming home sick and skinny, so, your parents is thinking like, oh God, my child has AIDS. Like, because this.
Right, and because you were sick.
Yeah. But this was not the case. I was silicone poison.
Did you know what was wrong with you at the time?
Well, I went to the hospital because I had like if you see the stories now, like the stories are, people tell the stories or whatever.
Well, you going to the hospital or doctor transitioning in the 90s.
Yeah.
How did they?
Well, you go into the hospital with open wounds from where this stuff is open and is leaking on you and stuff like that or whatever. And then you're hearing like during that time, like so many people were dying like of back door injections or whatever, and then I come home poisoned. I tried to do everything I could not to come home. But I went back to my apartment. I was so sick. Like I was so sick. I was so small. I couldn't move. I had like open wounds on my body, from it, and I still have those scars. I kept those scars on me. And I kept those scars to remind older me where younger me was. And because I could have had skin grafts and had that shit, but I decided to keep those things because those are my war wounds. And the reminders of, bitch, don't you ever, even when because it gets addicting, like tattoos. That's why there's so many big bodies and so many big, because it gets addicting. So I came home. I remember my aunt, I moved in the house with my aunt, and I was laying in the bed back there, and my mother came in, and she just broke into tears because I was laying in the bed like I was a patient. I was skinny. I had bed pads laying on me. What I was just leaking. And the doctors at the time don't know how do you know how to do this? And you're a man.
They're judging you.
How do you know how to do this? Like, what the fuck? What are you anyway? Like, what's going on here? You know,
and
who did this to you?
That treatment was even coming from the doctors.
Yeah. Who did this to you? Like, why would you even lay down and let somebody do this to you? Like, you know, it's like, I don't want to explain none of this shit you don't understand. So I'm home, you know, and my aunt is washing my wounds or whatever. My mother comes in, and then she just burst into tears, and we had a moment, and she said to me that I would never have to walk in the world alone again.
Wow. T.S., you can't be coming here like...
Yeah, but these things happen.
Yeah.
And, I'm still young. I still am trans. I still want things, so I heal up. And when I heal up, I told my aunt, I said, I can't live here in Miami. I can't live here. I can't, it's nothing for me. Like, cause I'm going to get back into the same shit. I'm going to be, I can't live. I moved to Atlanta. I never walked the streets again.
Wow. Oh, wow. What was it about Atlanta that felt like safe haven to you?
I met a girl here. I met like everybody. Oh my God. When I think about people that are placed divinely in your path, I met a queen here. Ironically, I met a queen here through a friend that was dating a guy. She was from Florida and she moved up here and she was dating a guy. And the guy was a trans chaser.
Not a trans chaser.
Girl, honey, I don't know how he found my number.
Wait,
I've only heard chubby chaser.
Wait, I've heard chubby chaser. There's trans chasers?
It was another word for it. It was a tranny chaser.
Okay, but trans chasers.
Trans chasers.
Yeah. You see, things done got
so he done got my number through the girl, and I'm like, who is this?
Oh, it's a new bitch attack.
Yeah, like, who is this calling? No,
Chanel.
He was calling me in Florida. So I'm like, who is this calling? Like, what is going? Anyway, so my girlfriend was like, come on up here, this is my boyfriend, I'm like, what the fuck? I come up here to Atlanta and I meet who she was living with. And it was T.S. Eve. This is who introduced me to all the porn stuff. She was living with her. My friend, ironically, went back to Florida, got pumped, and died.
Wow.
Got pumped like injection.
Yeah, pumped. I just healed up from it. She went back to Florida, went down there, got pumped, died.
Wow.
So me and Miss Eve we're friends.
Right.
And she says to me, I said, girl, I can't live down there in Florida no more, girl. Whatever. I'm on tour right now. Like, as soon as I healed up, whatever scab came over any of those pump sores, I was at the cell. I was back walking the sidewalk again. And I was like, I can't keep fucking doing this, I went to Georgia. I came up here to Georgia. Right. She introduced me to creative loafing and
what'd you say?
Creative loafing.
What is that?
It's the Excitement magazine. Like all these publications where men buy transsexuals. So she,
but is it like a classified ad?
They were classified. She
ads.
started introducing me to these things. She was an advanced whore. I was just, I was a streetwalker.
Right
now, at this point, this is safer for you.
Yeah,
than being on the street.
Yeah, I don't walk OBT. I don't walk.
So real quick, the classifieds for trans women. I know, I'm familiar with Eros. We knew about Backpage back in the day. But these were specific for trans women, and was it men looking for trans? Or
you can go into truck stops, it's like a lot of the truckers, like a lot of the truck drivers that would come, and they would call. It was a magazine called Hot Chocolate. It was just a bunch of stuff.
Were these magazines at? Where did they get them?
They were in certain places.
Some of them were in the gay clubs too. Well, I would see magazines.
Well, some of them were in the gay bar,
in that little rack.
Listen, some of them were in but here's the thing. This is where
I didn't know about
this. Is where the not the consumer, but this is where the seller started to understand the consumer. Ain't no straight man going to no gay bar. Put that shit in the sex store. He's going in the sex store.
That's exactly where he's going.
He going in the gay club because ain't no gay man want no transsexual. Sorry, ladies.
Oh, wait, say it again.
There's no gay man.
Say it again.
Ain't no gay man want no transsexual. And if he does, he's not a gay man. He's fluid.
Okay.
Do you believe that
Queer,
we should have
bi,
there's
bi,
straight,
maybe? Wait,
bi,
bi?
gay, and then there should be something for trans attracted?
Look, I'm in fluid, no?
I think that he still should have the ability to consider himself straight because
Okay.
we're female presenting. Regardless of wherever he goes. Is,
Female presenting, yes. But what about needing intrinsically, like, is no longer attracted to trans women that are post-op, that wants dick?
So that's was going to be my question too, because you can be attracted and date and have sex with trans women, right? Because they are women. However, even to me, when I peg men, when I'm penetrating a male,
I love you.
Oh, I love baby peg the stallion. Hello. When I'm penetrating a man, that's the question I get. Even though I'm a woman with a vagina and I'm using a plastic strap, the number one question is, well, aren't they gay then? And so then what do you differentiate between men who are tops and bottoms who deal with trans women?
I think that sexuality and sexual pleasure is different. Like whatever.
Sexuality and sexual pleasure are different.
Because here's the thing, like I talked to you earlier about me, I like feet. I can put the sole of a foot under my nose and I can have an erection.
Wow.
Wait, seriously?
Girl,
Does it need to be a certain type of foot? Do you like scent? Do you like
I like the way a foot smells after being in a nice shoe.
Okay, does the size matter? Does the length of the toes matter? I need to know your foot fetish.
You are a crazy bitch.
I like all types of feet. I like men's feet. Like I follow a website, a page. It's called Trap Feet and Slides.
Oh. Trap Feet and Slides?
Yeah, I follow that page because they have
what?
Trap.
It's
on Instagram.
It's like trap niggas.
Like trap, like boy, like I like men.
It's like hood motherfuckers.
Yeah,
that ain't the nice
They
shoe.
all got the Gucci slides on.
No, they be in their shoes or something.
What is it? Trap
feet and slides. You see it?
I do.
Do you see it says followed by me?
Hold on, wait. I gotta find the other one. But not the niggas in jail. It's a lot of niggas in jail
and
with
they
the jail
feet.
slides.
It's feet. It's a lot of
bruh.
Okay, they should do kind of like it.
It's feet. They have this. I like feet.
Toes.
You know?
Do you like foot jobs?
I have had a foot job done by a man that knew how to do it, like that was into trans girls that knew how to give me a foot job. You know, I've given men foot jobs. You know, I mean, I got into that foot shit. Like a guy did that to me by liking my feet. I was like, get off of my feet.
So then you started.
Then I was like, and he started.
Why you made me follow it?
Right, you see.
Look.
Yes, it's a cute feet.
Okay. And what's crazy is men do not have very nice feet a lot. Like they be having the little black toenails and shit. They be ashy.
Can I tell you something?
You like it like that?
Sometimes. A little. I like a little dark skin toe.
You like a dark
skin toe? A little bit.
You gonna suck on the dark skin toe?
Because I know he can't help that.
Oh, what?
I know he can't help that.
What?
It's like tiger stripes on a woman.
Like he can't help that. He got a little. He can't help that. He ain't mean that.
That's the one you still put it.
No, I'll just rub it on my titties and stuff like that.
Have you ever put Have you ever put a toe? This
I might
happened
do
to
this.
me. Have you ever put a toe in your butt?
You might do this?
No, I never put a toe in my butt.
You never put a toe in your butt?
Because I don't want the toe to penetrate me.
I put my toe in. He sat on my foot.
Yeah, he got
and then I pegged him that night. Yeah. But no, it was a little weird.
I had a nigga kind of graze my pussy when I'm when I'm sucking dick, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want dick.
What? A toe in your pussy?
But I definitely like feet on me. I don't care. I've noticed men, especially like in missionary, they love them feet on their face.
So that's why I just told you, hearing that that's a fetish for men right now, and why I called it vanilla. That's how it started. I'm telling her how I just went out with a guy who likes feet, and I was like, oh. That's vanilla, because a lot of men now are like putting toes in mouths and
toes
putting
like
feet on faces.
But a man got me into it.
Oh,
a man did that to me.
Made you like feet?
Yes, because he started sucking my toes and I got an erection, and I was like, ooh.
I mean, she saw my first foot experience. I sucked my friend's toes in a pool, and then I was like, oh my God, this wasn't that.
We were at a sex resort.
We were at a sex resort, and I don't know why I don't. We was in a pool, so I don't even know how her foot got even near my mouth.
Because you was drunk, bitch.
I was. It was.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. Wait, wasn't there a guy sucking my toes at the pool first? I think that's how.
I'm gonna tell you this, man.
All I
I
know is
after I saw the foot, I said, let me get out.
She left. She left.
You
real quick.
why you don't like
She was
it?
Girl, I just thought I was next.
She was like, time to go.
Oh,
Bitch, you thought I was gonna suck your toe?
No, not you. I
Oh.
just thought
There was a toe
somebody
sucker,
sucked
and
Mandy
then we
toe.
started
She
sucking
sucked her
toes.
homegirl toe. I'm looking at the other people like, okay, well, somebody's foot is inside.
By the way, this is crazy that this is what happens at sex resorts.
Well, shit. You know,
You gotta come next time.
I tell y'all that I'm so reserved now.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna be honest, you are a little too late for a sex resort.
I'm reserved now
I want to tell you
because I've done it a lot.
So reserved means now that you've got it out of your system, you don't.
I just want one.
Oh,
I don't want to do all that.
it's exhausting.
Let me tell you why. Because even through all of that, I had to teach myself how to not have feelings, emotions. So the majority of my life, I have been detached emotionally. There's no feeling. There's no connection. I've had to detach myself.
I have not one trans woman friend that doesn't say this.
Yeah, I had to detach myself from that. And so majority of my life, I've lived my life in detachment from emotion and love from a partner. So I'm learning this stuff now. I'm learning.
Maddie, we got to talk because this is what I'm dealing with the book right now. The podcast, being in your 20s and maybe, they just went through my first relationship as an adult, but having sex and it being transactional, the disconnect that you have with how you feel like men should show up for you, the treatment, sometimes the value of yourself. Once you really get that, now you can't go back.
I haven't had it.
Wow.
I thought I had it from a couple of gentlemen, but I haven't had it.
Still to this day, like a true love.
I think it comes in the form of friends.
Okay.
But not in the form of partners. Like
what makes you say that? Because we a lot of like. What makes you say that?
Like that's my friend right there, but we're not sexual, and he is also my bodyguard. But we're not sexual. We don't have a sexual, but we talk every day.
And you feel a deep and there's connection. Love and there's that.
Yes, but
with partners, romantic partners, it doesn't seem to get there.
I don't have it.
Interesting.
I don't have it.
Is it because of how they are not prepared to be with you? Is that what you find?
I think it's because, they are also emotionally damaged. Because I do feel like it's an emotional damage thing that's with me. Because I had to be emotionally disconnected.
Right.
Like I was seeing too many men. Like when I moved here to Atlanta, when I came from Florida to Atlanta and all that book and my friend introduced me to all that shit and my phone was blowing up, I never walked the streets again. And then I became the premier prostitute here. Because I was from Florida.
Right.
Well endowed, hood.
Fun.
Pretty.
Cute. I wasn't pretty then. I was cute.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gorgeous now. Because I was getting my money
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the wig changed.
The
wig
wig
changed.
Okay,
the
let's
wig
be clear.
changed, babe.
This wig didn't
Listen,
exist, bro.
it's it. Okay, it's Spissel.
Yeah, it's
okay?
Spissel. It's
a Spissel.
I want to ask you something that you asked Mandy and I off camera. Do you want kids too?
When you grow and you start being a businesswoman and stuff, and you start obtaining assets and homes and all this stuff, you're like, damn, when I die, ain't nobody gonna get this. I don't have nobody to take that on. So maybe.
Only because of that? I ask you because
who am I gonna give my shit to?
But that's the thing. The idea of those material things, when I get asked that same question, and it's like, well, what are you leaving behind? Maddie, everything you've done, like you've left things that are gonna transcend a home. You know what I mean? The content that you release isn't going anywhere.
Somebody's gonna watch this and be like,
and it's, you know what I mean? And this all exists beyond us. Like whenever that's asked, the businesses that you have, the lives you've changed, those things are what you're leaving behind. To care about where you're gonna leave a house, what all you've done and how you've navigated your life. When you said that this is your path that God has given you, I relate so much in that because I do believe that you were here to change so much more than just raise one life.
And you also don't know
so
how many
more.
You know how impactful you are, but this is just a small little thing to tell you. I went to go see, was it Bros?
Yeah.
With Billy Eichner. And it was one of the first gay feature films of all time, I think. Like in a theater.
Yeah.
I went to see it by myself in New York. I'm in the West Village. So I'm like, oh, this would be fun. We're in the West Village, you know, it's pretty white, but there was a black dude next to me. When you came up on the screen, him and I both went at the same time. And he turned to me, he goes, can you believe this bitch used to do porn?
Right.
And I'm laughing. And after the movie, he was like, I really wasn't ready to see that.
Right.
He's like, I knew it was a white movie. I knew it was black people, but like, this bitch really was just in the movie theater. And you see TV and now streaming, it's like, it's nothing. But when that moment happened, I was like, can there be another one of you?
Yeah.
Is this so special?
No, I think
because there's no
black
one. Like right now. Like coming from pornographic movies. I'm the only one.
And I love that you literally, like, even when you're searched now, and I think this is so fascinating because there are so many people who have tried to navigate and change mainstream, go from porn to mainstream media. When you search you now, it's actress. It's not adult actress. It is actress, and that's it. Nothing before.
My mother didn't know you did porn.
No. I did the work. Let me tell you why I did the work. I did the work at the same amount of energy I put into making myself infamous for being bigdickbitch.com. I put that same energy. And I'm going to tell you.
Very Kim Kardashian of you.
Very much so. I went to my mother and I said, Mommy, after all this stuff with the bigdickbitch.com and then my life changed with Vine, you know, I don't know how much time we got.
Right.
But my life changed through Vine also. I went to my mommy and I said, Mommy, listen to me. I don't want to do porn no more. I don't want to do it no more. I'm tired of men touching me. I'm tired of men having the ability to touch me and touch. Because I don't think I'm above no bitch, but I know I am. And them pussy assholes that used to think that we was the same, I told y'all we was never the same. And the only thing that kept me the same with them was niggas being able to call my phone. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. Bitch,
I see that.
I don't want to do this. Bitch, please. I told my mom, me and my mother held hands like two grand high priests and prayed. And she said, if you serious about you not want to do this no more, I'm going to go to God. And I went right there with God too. I haven't done porn in over a decade.
Like, I was going to say 2014?
Maybe 2013.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere in there. Maybe. Like, because I had stopped when I started getting mainstream. Like,
what did you want? Did you want to be a personality? Did you want to be an actress?
I just didn't want to do porn. I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
I mean, and then I do want to lean into the advocacy because you speak out a lot about people who...
That happened in 2014. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
2014, it happened because the world was changing.
I'm trying to see where I was.
Laverne was on the cover of... Laverne Cox was on the cover of Time magazine. And that's the time when I was doing on Vine. And then my shit was popping up and I was new weave 22 inches. Yes. This is how a lot of people from mainstream found me, from new weave 22 inches. Yes. But I was still promoting porn
the little
at the time.
6-second videos.
Yes.
Wow.
I was still promoting porn at the time. And so the conversation became, and because
that's funny. Who is this?
That shit hit. Boom. I mean, boom. I was worldwide overnight.
How you feel? You see that? Who was it? Who owns Twitter now? No, it's not Elon.
Jack Dorsey. Elon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jack, I think, just tweeted something. I don't know what he's still involved with. Oh, Facebook. What? Maybe Facebook.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark just tweeted making a poll about bringing Vine back.
I wouldn't.
Would you, knowing that we are still so short form content now? I know you have your show. Yeah. We know TikTok might be going out.
Stuff over there.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I want TikTok to go.
You want TikTok to go?
I've made a lot of comments recently.
I just made my best salad. And I learned it from TikTok. Bitch, that salad I eat every week. Keep giving me them recipes.
It's not that I don't enjoy using it or I want to stop anybody's money. But I just feel like we're all losing ourselves so much. And I feel like if we could just remove one more piece.
I think so too. But I don't want nobody's income to go away.
I don't want the income to go away. That's it. But I think I just want people to just go back outside, learn what it's like to connect. Motherfuckers is weird. The reason that we've had so much trouble dating is shit like this. I really believe...
The podcast?
No.
Oh.
I don't believe it's the podcast. I believe social media makes it very difficult for people to date. You know what I mean?
God, yes.
The way that you interact. And if we just had a little bit less, I actually thought to myself recently, the last 3 men I dated had no Instagram. And the man I'm with now has no Instagram. That must mean something. Like,
yeah, well, the nigga,
how am I getting attracted?
Instagram, and he
what
was
his other
3
phone?
He was using 3 different names out here. So
what that nigga? That's what his other. Did you just say what his other phone?
But
was?
I think it's just like some men can't. I don't know. Like I think I must be attracted to people that are completely the opposite of me.
I'm traumatized from that.
What his other phone?
Give me the Instagram.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. My homegirl just went on a date with a nigga. He said he had all this. We couldn't find a LinkedIn, his name. He was attached to some huge. I said, girl, he's a serial killer. Nope, don't date him.
Oh, you know, I had the FBI, my nigga.
Yeah.
I told Mandy, I think I said on the podcast, because he has no profile anywhere, right? We go to his mother's house one day, and I knew what house it was. He was like, how'd you know the street? And it's like, oh, because I Googled the shit out of this nigga. I found everything, the family tree, the grandmother, what his nieces look like. But it's because when you don't have social media.
What?
Oh, God, I know you're going to watch this, babe, or whatever. So I was dating this NFL guy.
Here we go.
And that's how I found him.
What you mean that's how you found him?
That's how I found out who he was. Like, because he had sent me some money.
Okay.
And then he sent me some money again. And he sent me some money again. And he had mixed all the names up. Because I had been out of the business. And all this stuff happened like right after I got out of the business. Like out of because I just didn't want to be I just didn't want men touching me no more.
Right.
And so, we started fucking around. It started sexual, and then we became friends, and then, we got into a little situation, and which we both confirmed just recently that we was in a relationship.
How'd you meet him?
Well, he emailed me.
Wait, this isn't who was confused. They was confused about you being with, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, you cleared that up. Oh, wait, that was you.
Yeah.
Oh, they confused. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We always.
Okay.
Bitch, what tea am I?
Oh, no, the tea is they thought that Martell Holt and Maddie was out and about.
Like, girl, what is she
and then the headline was so yucky because you're an advocate of the community. The tagline of it was that he's trying to rebrand himself by aligning with a trans woman to and I was just like, ugh.
Okay.
I did too. And I jumped ahead of that.
And I saw you jumped up because I didn't like how they
Let me tell you how
too.
I jumped ahead of that shit because I don't want to be, and here's another reason why it's hard. I don't want to be attached to no man. That's why I don't like DL niggas, but I'm also not going to be saying, yeah, girl, I'm fucking such and such. That's not my swag. I want all you hoes out there to think that I'm fat, I'm old, that don't no man want me because, I've been a porn. I want all y'all to think that they only want Sydney Star, they only want Amaya, I want y'all to think that them the only ones they want. Cause don't attach me to none of them niggas. I don't want to be attached to none of them niggas.
Right.
But please know.
They ain't the only one.
But please know they ain't the only. But please know that bitch, I was rich while a lot of those girls when they were young transitioning, I was rich from niggas.
From niggas.
With name brand tags.
Name brand.
But that's that ain't a story that I'm ever gonna tell.
Right, good.
That's
and
not
I love
that.
That
ain't my swag.
Nope.
I never want to be linked to no man and then my talents are submerged in
which is also crazy.
Which was smart.
Well, and right now that's like the new thing, like the baby mamas
exposing.
Whoever, like women are now leaning into getting their stardom from who they're fucking, who they're attached to, and not doing, which again is why you said, I'm different than you bitches.
Yeah, that's not what I want to do. And if it takes me longer to go to where I need to go, I'm fine with that. This is not a race, this is a marathon, honey.
Talk your shit.
Boom. But I wanted to say this, right? Because I got to go back. I want to get back. Hot Chocolate magazine, being in the back of the store, the straight men in there finding me, put me in the situation to where, they're looking for trans women in the straight bars or whatever and stuff. My girlfriend, Miss Eve, teaches me how to do read codes and shit like that. So I started reading codes and things and learning how to do web.
Oh, what? Okay.
Web design. HTML and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I come from Florida. I'm learning how to do all this stuff. I'm like, oh shit, I don't need to work for no company and all this stuff. She done taught me how to do this shit. Fast forward, boom, I'm coming a big name here in Atlanta.
Right.
Big name. You walk in the porn stores, there I go on the poster, cock hanging out. I earned my own distribution. My own. Like I didn't have any distribution company. I got my own distribution.
Can I ask you real quick? With the men that were in these magazines, only because you said it quickly, you said you don't like DL men. Then you referred to the men getting these magazines as straight. Would you consider, however, a man DL if they don't disclose to a woman that he dates trans women?
I think that men who date trans women don't have a safe space. Okay. I don't think they have a safe space to even tell a person like that.
But don't you think that DL men don't have a safe space either?
That's what I'm saying.
No, because you were saying I don't like
DL men.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, it all depends. Well, no. Just men in general who date trans women. I don't think they have a safe space to even just be open or even just have an experience. Because I think that there are men.
But you wouldn't consider them DL for not disclosing to a woman?
It all depends on how they're doing it. Like if you're dating a woman, if you're in an active relationship with a woman and all you're doing is having sex with trans.
Okay. Then that.
You need to tell this lady what you're doing.
But if a man has dealt with a trans woman in his past, you don't feel like he has to disclose that to his next partner.
Why?
I don't think you need to disclose it unless I'm outside of your type. I don't ever want to be outside of someone's type and feel like I'm out the loop. And that's the thing with bisexuality that a lot of women, there's this dicey thing. I don't give a fuck if you kissed a nigga, fuck whatever happened. But if you really like to be active with men, I want to be included in that.
Well, here's the thing. We're talking about a man here. What type do men got?
We say they fuck a chicken sandwich, bitch.
What type do they got? So you're still his type.
True, but
he just had he probably had an experience.
An experience to me isn't worth doing a whole confessional. Mm-hmm. But that's what I mean.
Yeah, because they be experimenting in college.
I don't think experiment
or jail
or
because it's one of us in the neighborhood.
I was about to say they experiment.
It's one of us in the neighborhood. One or two of us in the neighborhood.
I will say
that's what Hope Giselle said.
That's the craziest thing too. People are acting like trans women just popped out of nowhere. Where they all come from?
All the hood niggas from where I was from. Let me not say that. Not all of them, but a good clique of them niggas done fuck the shit out of me.
But exploring is so natural, and that's why I don't feel like we need
good clique of them niggas done fuck the shit out of me because I transitioned in front of them. And so it was just like, yo.
They were intrigued.
How did you, let me see your titties. Let me see how you did.
And they often wanted to know if you still had your dick.
Yeah. You still got it? You got a pussy now? Then someone was like, until you get that dick cut off, I ain't gonna give you no dick. Then I got older and famous and, it was.
And then they changed their mind.
And then
they would tell, that not offensive to you?
Because we were friends. We were joking and all that. Till you get you a pussy, I ain't gonna motherfucker give you no dick. Because I just be like, let me get some of that dick. Let me, doing that until you get you a pussy and then I'm gonna give you some of this dick. You know
I feel like that's the most exciting thing.
But it's just fun. And I've always been a bubbly personality. I've always, shit. And them niggas used to want to whoop a nigga ass if they was fucking with me. I lived in the trap. In the trap. My duplex door was this way. The trap duplex door was this way. The niggas will come over there buying weed.
The niggas in slides try
and then they'll come over. Then they'll come over here, knock on the door, and you gotta. I'm like, I don't sell no motherfucking weed. And they like, what you got in here? Niggas, because especially when you a trans girl in the neighborhood, your house is marked.
They probably feel safest with you.
Your house is marked right there.
Everybody knows that's...
Don't be, because either they're telling you, don't be fooled by that. Or either they saying, bro, that motherfucker got me.
Was they trying to jump out the back door or something?
Some of them just came out the back door, and then, someone came through the front door. Shit, it all depends on the time of the day. I've had men profess love, they love for me. I've had a lot of shit, but I've also had to be emotionally unattached because also, even in my fun times, those were those men's experiences.
Right.
That wasn't real life.
I got one question I gotta ask before we go. I want to know the interaction you've had that is memorable to you of a woman coming to you about her nigga.
Oh, about her man?
Yup. And whether she was crying, whether she was like, let me just get
I've had that a couple of times.
A few times, okay.
I actually had that about the boy that rode on a bicycle. Of that to my job. Because
they gave you the $50.
Mm-hmm. Are these women angry with you?
It was very much so like, it was, I just was shook because I didn't know that he had a girl.
I was going to say the relationships.
I didn't know what it was, you know what I'm saying?
If it's just fun, you're not asking them.
Right, I don't give a fuck. But he really liked me a lot. And a little bit of that shit got into the streets a little bit. Got into the streets. And that's how the girl, you know. But then I found out that he was a trans chaser. So he had a few of the, I was just the new bitch on the block.
Right. Oh my goodness.
And so the girl was trying to figure out, I don't want to call no names.
That's fine.
But she called me such and such. As you said, I was like, no, I'm that's not. Because obviously he had been. This how I found out. Oh, you been busy with the other girls too. You do this. Okay. She said, oh, because I was like, what happened? And it was very much so like girl, what happened? And it's just like, so you and such and such, I'm like, well, I mean, I know him. Like, I know him.
Yeah, because if any bitch come up to me and ask me if I'm fucking a nigga, I ain't gonna.
I know him.
Right.
Because I don't know who you are.
Period.
I don't know who you are.
That's a real one right there. You a real one.
I don't know who you are, but I know him. Bitch. Because he not mine. Because you're not going to catch him at my house. Because if you do, I'm going to put him outside. Because he can't stay here.
Oh.
Because what he doing to you, he not going to do to me. And that's where I'm at too with stuff in life. Like all the things I've done with men, and I know how men move, it gives me reservations with men. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, because they cheat on,
That's why I be saying, that's why I be telling ladies, y'all, girl, you can't be thinking about no trans. The men will fuck this, cut a hole in this pocketbook and fuck right through
You know what they will
fuck.
fuck? What's the name of your perfume?
Everything.
Oh yeah, y'all we doing the
okay. We gonna spray ourselves right now. By the way, real quick too, before we get out, if you guys want to catch T.S. Madison on all the things she's doing, can you please let them know how busy of a bitch you is right
I am. Listen, I'm a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race.
And is.
I'm in a, yes.
I wasn't saying I thought it was gonna smell.
Yes.
I wasn't ready to smell this rich.
This was everything. Yes.
Wow.
I'm a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm on a host of television shows and series. I have my own show called the Maddie in the Morning Show, where I do a segment called Fag Talk. I have a residency here in Atlanta. I want you ladies to come out the next time if you're here. You know,
I'll be here.
I'll be
here in 2 more weeks.
Yeah, will be my guest.
Yes, I will.
I have a residency here. It's called it's the Maddie in the Morning Show live. It's at the City Winery. We come out. You know, we do what I do in the morning time. You know, I'm always on tour. I'm always in the city. I'm hosting. I do everything.
You host a lot.
I do everything.
I love it. And if y'all don't know either, I know y'all,
ain't no more bigdickbitch.com.
No more bigdickbitch.com. However, I know a lot of y'all still have your cowboy boots ready for Act 2, but Miss T.S. Madison is a Grammy Award winner.
Yes, God, honey, on Miss Beyonce's album, honey. Yes, God. You know why? Can I tell you why?
Because
I'm dark brown, dark skin, light skin, beige, fluorescent beige, bitch. I'm black. That's motherfucking why, bitch, because I'm black. I'm black like that.
That was one of the craziest moments.
And you know everybody gagged about that too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know they gagged.
Oh,
they gag about all the things.
I know every bitch that hates you.
Right? Damn. I'm not gonna lie. You done got us smelling like you better go get some dick.
You definitely gonna get ate up. Y'all can get my perfume. You visit metro.com, but the ladies, you can put the QR code up there, whatever.
We will put it in the description.
My perfume is called Everything. It smells so good.
It's floral, but it's also like this.
It's floral. It's musk. It's bergamot.
It's giving a little
it's pink rose.
I like it.
It's vetiver.
It's very rich.
You know, it took me.
You took the notes.
Lychee. It took me almost a year to get the right formula that I wanted.
Boy, this is good. I ain't gonna hold you.
Who get the big bottle?
And I do want to see the bottle.
Oh yeah,
because I'm real picky on what the bottles look like.
Oh, the bottle is simple. Because listen.
No, I like simple bottles.
Let me tell you why. The bottle's simple because it's like Whitney Houston. You know what we did? You know, Whitney came out there in a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, but that is what stood out.
I just want to see the bottle.
Just pull it out.
Only because
it's a little bottle.
I'm not a huge fan, but Nicki Minaj's perfume smells good too. The bottle looked like I should be 12. It's like a Barbie doll head.
Girl, why you gotta find a way to talk about this bitch every day of episode?
I'm just not a fan, so I like.
Oh, I like it. Nice
I
and simple.
love.
It's very simple.
Simple perfume bottles.
Yeah.
I love.
It's just everything.
This is good.
When they ask you what you got on,
Everything is everything.
I love
Everything,
it.
honey.
I love
Yes.
it. I love it. Well, we're going to have to do a part 2
Okay.
sometime soon.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a part 2.
Very emotional.
No, this
It was because it was going to get deeper.
Well,
I'm glad we went.
Well, no, I love how deep it was.
That's
and
what he
because
said.
And did. But because there are girls and because y'all did have such different conversations, if you enjoyed T.S. Madison, go check out her interview with our girls, Poor Minds.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love my babies.
Yes.
Love
Lex
Oh
and
my God, I
Drea.
love my
Just
babies.
saw them yesterday. But we wanted to be sure we did also give just a different interview. You did so great over there on their show. But y'all can find out more about Madison over there.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to support us, head on over to our Patreon, y'all. Patreon.com/horrible decisions. We will be back with another episode next week, as we always do.
See you
Catch us on
soon.
Mondays. This has been yet another episode of Horrible Decisions.
Bye, y'all. Bye, girl.
Bye, pussy asshole.
Puss ass knuckle.
Praise the Lord. It's not Sunday, but blessed be the fruit. Today, someone went missing. No, she didn't escape to the heavens or become a nun. She almost did. But we have Bible Brianda today.
Yep. That Amber Alert was for me.
You know, I'm really tired of everybody when they come up to me on the street. Where's Brianda? Hello. Yes, you just met Wheezy from Horrible Decisions, and I'm beautiful.
Hello.
But anyway,
I'm,
she's here.
I'm here. I'm alive. I'm actually really happy.
So let's cut to the chase. On a Patreon episode a few months back, we talked about how my man swiped you on Hinge.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I said, okay, well, here's the thing. So immediately I was like, I know why he swiped. I had the blonde braids. I was looking like Wheezy
Oh,
in
fuck
that
you.
photo. No, it's true. I don't even know why I put that photo in there because I never have blonde braids on, but I just thought it looked cute, you know? And the second I see this man, we call him
No. We have to delete.
why?
We believe in that.
Oh,
it's too
mark
close
it.
to his name.
the guy, her man. And I was like, oh my God, am I gonna have to I have to tell her. So I show her.
Oh, you poor thing.
And I felt bad because I was like, this is nothing. I know it's going to be nothing. He swiped because he was like mindlessly swiping. Anyways, I sent it to Weezy because I'm like, okay, this happened. I don't think anything of it. I really don't think, and I like him a lot. And I did not look like me with my hair.
To be clear, how awkward was this? So I wanted to bring this up because it's tea. So he met Brianda briefly, maybe 5 minutes, on our third date.
Yeah.
And I think this happened around 3 or 4 months of us dating.
Mm-hmm. It happened later. And my hair looked so different.
Yeah. And now I'm almost at, not 12 months, but like 10.
A year.
Almost. So basically, I was mad because I'm like, you should have known her name. He's like, I'm not looking at her
No.
fucking name.
Here's the thing. My name is Bree on there.
Really?
Yeah. I never put my full name on there. Never.
Okay. I feel a little better.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, I don't think that he knew it was you, obviously. But anyway, so that shit was hella awkward, right? So our New York live show comes, and he's like, is Brianda going? Because I want to apologize. I'm like, why you gotta apologize to this bitch? Apologize to me for the 700th time. He's like, no, I really want to say something about it. So they don't see each other at my show because it was a bunch of people there and it was sold out.
Mm-hmm.
But they do see each other on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys talked all night.
No, okay.
So
So
what's-
I don't like the way you said that.
It was
first of all.
good.
We spoke for a little bit.
Please.
And he apologized. He was like, I really didn't know that was you. And I fully, again, blonde braids. Just picture, I looked nothing like myself. My name was different. It could have been anybody. You know what I mean? Immediately, I was like, oh my God.
Men are
literally-
horny.
Yeah.
And she's not even putting out. What a
no.
waste.
And I know, like, it was just
Put
like,
celibacy on the. They don't read bios either.
they don't. Weezy.
They don't.
We spoke. He was great. He apologized, and I loved that, though. He wanted to clear the air. The first thing he said was like, elephant in the room. That happened. Let's move on. I thought that was so mature. And let me tell you, I am into mature men.
Me too.
It is something that I don't come across it often.
No, I'm really happy like that. Because I feel like it was weird for him to even bring it up. I thought we just brushed it on the rug, but I was like, that's interesting that he wants to talk to her. Why the disappearance first? Because all of this happened because you talked about weight gain.
Yeah.
Why'd you go away? And when you went away, what happened in those times that rebirthed the person that wants to date like crazy?
I definitely think that that's a great question. I wish I was briefed on this before, but
we don't have to talk about it.
Hell no, we can talk about this. I think I'm just someone who has a natural ability to like be away from. I'm an observer, and I'm comfortable there. I felt like for like 2 years straight, I was more public than I typically am, or like people have asked me to be on their podcast since, and I say no. I don't know what it is. I feel like SZA talking about being perceived, but like it's a little bit of that. Like I have intense social anxiety, and I love solitude.
Is it freeing?
Hell yeah. I feel more, you know how you feel yourself when you're out clubbing, dancing, doing a ton of fucking drugs, being a heathen that you are. Sorry.
You feel yourself when you're high.
But me, I'm the opposite. I love being inside, like meditating. Like I'm inside. I'm like chronically inside. I know it sucks. My man likes it.
Okay, wait. The reason I really wanted you to come on is because one, I was talking about you behind your back in a good way, luckily. But when we were doing an episode a few weeks ago, I'm talking to Mandy about your report. And I said a comment that made me feel like I wanted you to talk about it because I was like, I said this on the phone to you the night before. I said, I feel like someone's going to say you're desperate. From the Horrible Decisions podcast, we're sending our condolences to the family and friends of Dallas Penn. And of course, the internets, everyone who loved him. He was one of our favorite moments on Horrible Decisions ever. He is obviously someone that will be hard to forget, and we are so lucky to have some of these podcast memories that'll live on. We wish all of you peace during this difficult time of grieving.